Fellow San Diegans, my name is Leslie Williams, and this is just a partial list of the police officers and individuals that have been involved so far in reference to protecting, being involved, and allowing the organized stalking that is happening towards me in San Diego, California, including both of the assaults that took place towards me, one on August 17, 2011, and the other one on October 10th, 2011. Kathy Garcia, she works in the San Diego District Attorney's Office. She gave me her phone number, which was 619-531-4040. Sergeant Pete Zadada, his last name is spelled Z-A-G-D-A. He is from the Eastern Division, San Diego Police Department. An Officer Al Baylor, his badge number is 5569. And Sergeant Pete Zadada's, whatever his last name is, his boss, Lieutenant Stewart. Okay, now I spoke with Sergeant Pete Zadada and Officer Al Baylor on August 18, 2011, the day after I was assaulted, and begged them to take a report that I was a target of organized stalking. I even gave them literature showing that there were organizations online that advocate for gang stalking. And Laura Zizzo, she's a detective sergeant for the San Diego Eastern Division Police Station. Barney Olson, who I guess is her boss, and he is directly 100% involved in this expedition. And now they've handed over, I guess, whether they've closed the file or not, they've also handed over the report in reference to the report number that is attached to the October 10th, 2011 assault to a officer that I forgot to get his name. It might be on one of the audio files I got, but he's a Mexican, real short and thin, and then that's not including all the other actual police officers that have been used to gaslight me in incidences that have been brought about towards me along my routes on different days. When I had to call 911, they appear on the scene and literally gaslighted me with gang stalking, organized stalking, physical gestures as they arrived on the scene, flat out. Now, so I want you to be able to understand, fellow American citizens, if my video blogs stop, okay, I upload at least 3 a week, okay, at least. I upload literally at least 3 a day, or at least every 3 every 2 days. They're a little bit harder for me to upload on the weekend, okay, because I can't go to UCSD on the weekend without having to take an actual bus to get there, which I'm gaslighted. I'm trying to stay off buses. So I go to SDSU on the weekend. I go to UCSD usually throughout the week. Sometimes I'll go to SDSU on the weekdays in order to be able to then just go there to use the computer for 2 hours and then use one of the group study rooms to do administrative work, like synthesizing the audio files and transferring them to video files. And then the next day I'll actually upload the video that's made. Now, I'm telling you today that if more than 3 or 4 days go by and you cannot witness any of my videos, then something's happened. And I want to tell you something. If any of my videos and blogs stop for long periods of time, I'm either dead or contained. And I'm going to tell you this today, fellow American citizens. It's organized crime within the system, and they're directly attached to human trafficking, sexual servitude rings, land co-opting, property co-opting, mortgage co-opting, identity theft. They go after single women, single mothers, people on disability. I'm a single woman on disability, and they're going after me to get a hold of me for my Social Security checks, to exploit my Medicare, and to exploit me sexually. Yeah, and also, if you can go to Google and type in a gang stalking tech, everything you need to know, there's a manifesto online of an individual who manages and directs the organized stalking that an individual will experience along the routes. He typed in this manifesto offline and then went to an internet cafe and posted it online. In this manifesto, you'll clearly also observe that he talks about extensively research and how he labels targets as lab rats, because that's another angle that they make money off a target. And this is usually where the remote neural monitoring, the remote neural influencing, and the remote neural stimulating play a role against organized stalking targets who are targets of organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions. Now, I want you to understand something. If you can go to Google and type in either gang stalking or organized stalking to remote neural monitoring, and when you observe the huge amount of generated responses from Google, then what is the likelihood? Like you can go to Google, okay, well, I'm going to finish with what I was saying. What's the likelihood of you getting hundreds of thousands and millions of responses from Google when you type in either organized stalking or gang stalking to remote neural monitoring if this technology was not being used towards targets? Okay, you can go to Google and type in organized stalking universities. Okay, just type in organized stalking universities. Don't put an and between it, and you'll get almost 8 million responses. Now, you're not getting 8 million responses for no reason. So I want you to know that if one of my YouTube channel names is MTS Assault, you can go to YouTube and type in MTS Assault. That would be MTSASSAULT. It's a YouTube channel, and there's over 700 videos on that YouTube channel. And the reason why I make these video files, and I also have a couple other YouTube channels, because I've made separate ones so I could try and separate certain videos in relation to specific topics, so I wouldn't have to constantly search through my library of videos. But that hasn't worked out, because my time schedule is always so congested. I can't predict what's going to happen one day to the next in reference to what they might do. And so by the time I sit down in front of a computer, and especially using different computers at different places, they're set up differently. Sometimes I'm in front of a computer and I can't even tell what's on a video until I look at it or listen to it. Some computers won't even allow me to look at the video. I can only hear what's on the video before uploading it. And so that in turn causes problems for me to be able to extensively research what's on the video in order to place it in an appropriate YouTube channel, like one YouTube channel just for sensitization videos of people that I have caught sensitizing to me, engaging in sensitization tactics towards me. Other videos where I'm catching flat out harassment, in my face harassment or threats, and other particulars. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you don't see any updated videos from me or any updated blogs, understand this and be clear. I make a point to at least upload at least two every time I use the computer, okay? And out of 7 days a week, I'm sitting in front of a computer at least 5 of those days, at least 5 of those days. So if you don't see any updated YouTube videos or blogs from me or about me, understand this and be clear. The San Diego police are directly involved in this. They're directly and literally connected to torture, human trafficking, Medicare fraud, sexual exploitation like you would not believe, and they will use anybody, including other law enforcement agency departments, to discredit me, including the Sheriff's Department, the California Highway Patrol, state police, any California law enforcement agency. I don't care if it's a court officer, because it's organized crime in the system, and they're not doing nothing but using their employment descriptions to connect with other individuals, whether they're syndicated or not. Because you got to think about this: if a police officer's got a badge and he's not known to be involved in organized crime by another police officer who's not involved in organized crime, if the one who is tells a lie to the one who isn't, why would the one who isn't involved in organized crime not believe him? Because he doesn't know if this guy's involved in organized crime or not. And if he's calling up a person from another precinct or another law enforcement agency and telling them a lie about a target, the only thing that guy's doing is listening to what he's saying and saying, okay, I'll get to it right away. This is how these expeditions work. Go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger" to get a preliminary introduction in reference to how easy it is to solicit a lie about somebody in order to get people to help them in organized stalking expeditions. It was literally flat out made because of organized stalking campaigns and how they can get innocent people in the community to harass a target or do something towards a target or for them towards a target for free, because they got to be able to make money off a target when a target breaks down. That's where the Medicare fraud comes in at. So if you don't witness anything, I'm here to tell you today that the officers that I have mentioned so far in this, and there's another officer by the name of Officer Ansari. His last name is spelled Ansari. Officer Forrester has also been used. And right now, I have literally witnessed before my eyes over 12 different San Diego police officers play direct role in organized stalking activities towards me. Over 12. So I'm telling you, over 12 towards me. Okay? So I'm here to tell you today, and I've also discovered through another target's blogs and YouTube videos that Norman and Tracy Wicks, who has a YouTube channel by the name of Norm Wicks. Go to them and look how they're being harassed. Both of them, him and his son, are on disability. They're targeted as well. But I don't know if they've been turned or not, because I've been getting some really conspicuous sounding comments from that YouTube channel to me from supposedly them. But it could be the perpetrators infiltrating their account and pretending to be them, because they do that. They literally do that. You can go to Google and type in organized stalking and gang stalking and cyber surveillance, organized stalking and gang stalking and fake email replies, and then I've read numerous blogs and YouTube comments about how other targets are saying the same thing, that their email, I've had email files out of my Gmail accounts being deleted out of my accounts over at USD. Flat out, they literally just flat out went in and erased them. They were prediction files, but I got them printed out, and I also copied and scanned them to USB drives on the day they were made. But understand this and be clear. These people are directly involved in cyber espionage, cyber hindrance, cyber intercepting of emails, rerouting phone calls, pretending to be the places a target's calling or trying to email to. They will fake email replies. They will do anything, because they're organized crime in the system that has different section tiers of different crews for their syndicate. And each one has a different specific type of skill. One doctor, one lawyer, one person that's into computers, like information technology, and they're all used for the syndicate when they're needed for the syndicate. And that's how a lot of the isolation of targets is kept going. My emails for help are literally being intercepted from UCSD libraries, biomedical, and Calypsy, from USD when I was going over there for over 10 months, yeah, and by SDSU. And now they're starting to pick up this expedition on a more escalated scale. Why? Because I'm literally making videos now showing me catching people flat out harassing me to my face. Okay? And since the assault video was uploaded, and everybody can see that's altered, go to YouTube and type in "learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on MTS bus," and look at how that assault was predicted in an email file that was printed and scanned, put in a blog, and then the blog URL is pasted in the comment feature of that assault video that you can find at YouTube. Yeah, look at it. It literally shows me predicting I'd be assaulted either walking on public transportation or riding my bike, and 11 days later I was brutally assaulted on a public transportation. What's the likelihood of that happening if I wasn't already being gang stalked? Think about this. I mean, that's sensible logic towards anybody. So anyways, my name is Leslie Williams. If you don't see any updated videos or blogs or anything being written by me, and if they don't seem to have the personality of the previous blogs and videos, because they will even go in and make blogs in my name, they have literally written blogs pretending to be me, or sections of blogs. Yeah, sections of my existing blogs, they literally went in and copied and pasted information in there that had nothing to do with anything I've ever written. Flat out. And they also switched the spelling in a lot of my blogs and YouTube comments. I gotta go. Today's date is June 21st, 2012, and I'm in San Diego, California. And the police officers' names and the district attorney's person's name that I mentioned in this video file, they are directly and literally directly connected to organized crime, human trafficking, sexual servitude rings, land co-opting, property co-opting, mortgage co-opting, identity theft, and they're involved in going after people on disability in order to take over their finances, to exploit the finances, the monthly check, the Social Security, Medicare, and to exploit the target sexually in order to get they do this by containing the target through organized stalking expeditions to whisk the target before a syndicated probate attorney to put them in a group home where they're tortured like you would not believe, just to make money off the effects of torture. And the San Diego police are directly involved, including the people that I've already mentioned in this video file. And I want the San Diego public to know about it. My name is Leslie Williams, and I have undisputable, undeniable, physical, tangible proof this crime is happening to me online and in my possession. And I'm here today to warn San Diegoans and to tell San Diegoans what's been happening to me. I've literally been tortured for money. San Diego, California.